And two.
I think we're live now.
We're live now. Cool. Perfect. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Starbase Expanded. So it's back to me today
Wait, hold
because
on.
what? Hold on.
Audio
Audio
problem.
problem. You're right. Take your time. Oh, well, it's coming through to YouTube. I can hear my voice on YouTube. So it's back to me today. So I'm just going to talk again. So I can hear myself on audio. So, everybody, yeah, no, can still hear me. Good. All right. So we've got a new producer today. So welcome Silver Sixstones into the production chair today, and being a debut show, there could be some issues here and there, but so far we've got a handle on it. He's doing really well. So, yep, people are saying they hear me. Yep, audio is good. Yep, cool. So yeah, welcome Silver Sixstones, and well done for stepping up and taking it on. It's could be a little bit nerve-wracking, but like I said, our audience is very understanding and patient, so we'll be fine. Everything's sounding good. The screen's looking good. The audio's sounding good. Okay, and today we're also got Darth Lawrence. G'day, Darth. How you going?
Going good. Great to be here. We got exciting week coming up, so let's have some fun.
Absolutely. And on questions and donations, we got event dudes. So good morning or good afternoon, good evening, event dudes.
Hey, good evening. Yeah, we're gonna try some new stuff on this show, I guess. So everyone's just kind of doing a rotation.
Yep. And oh, you got me as an old hand in here to keep you on in line. We'll be fine.
You mean
Okay.
off the rails?
Yeah, I'm off my
Only if
L's.
you keep it up, matters.
Lawrence is an old hat too. It's all good. Yeah, we got a new. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Trust me. Famous last words. Okay. Yeah, no, everyone's sounding. Everyone's happy. Well, this will be fun. Now, this. It's all good. Okay, well, we'll start with the surrounding areas, and then we'll go on to some SpaceX updates of later in the week. So we'll do the expanded bit first, and then we might run into the rest of the sites quickly, and then talk about Flight 13. So the storage lot right next to Ad Astra over on Highway 4. So the old site, used to be sort of this big. So they're really going to town, putting in, well, obviously some concrete and some piles. So I think we spoke on the last show and tell, last live streams, that this means something heavy is going to be put here, like buildings, some heavy structures. So, Lawrence, I like your take.
Yeah, I think this is, in my opinion, this is setting up just like how Rio West was set up.
West, Rio West. We had a
Yeah.
little funny joke this morning. Oh, sorry, this evening.
I
So it's
still
like
think
9
this is
o'clock in
gonna
the
be.
morning for me. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think this is gonna be more of the housing and support buildings, especially with the way they're clearing out the storage lot.
Yeah, it's going to be the whole site. Yeah, it's going to be. And Darth, what's going on over? I mean, sorry, event dudes, what's going over here? Is this where they're like, yeah, their little boundaries finish? Is that what that is? And this is wetlands they're not allowed to touch yet?
Yeah, it's just a silt fence, just traditional when they build anything. That's delineating the wetlands there from their build area. So I will say the interesting thing is where they're putting the piles currently on that build area. It seems to be perimeter. That just may just because that's where they started. So it'd be interesting to see where they end up putting the extra piles. If that's just going to be a wall or something, or if it's actually going to be holding up some building frames.
So this side, um, I think that I don't think they're piles. I think they're drainages along here.
No, I mean on the actual build, we can see where the CFA piler is going. You can see some
Okay.
piles in there. Yeah, and they're on the perimeter. You can see to the right. You can see where the little
Oh,
cement.
right over there.
Yeah.
Okay, not these one. Okay, yeah. So there's drainage here and a. Oh, okay. So they started somewhere even back here, even have they? Have we got a better shot of that?
I want to say yes, but I have been slightly busy, so I think there was.
Just from what I'm seeing in the dirt, you can see signs of concrete work.
Lawrence, you mean like behind the CFA piler? Like, 'cause I kind
Yeah,
of saw like holes peppered around behind it.
yeah, and up above, along where the along the road there.
So it hasn't started this side, so he's in there somewhere at least. Now go back to the other photo for you.
Yeah, that's the. Is that still the storage? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I see. This is okay. Sorry. This is. I'm sorry about these. This is the drainage work. Sorry. Yeah,
Right.
gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you knew that. My fault.
But yeah, if you go up along the
I knew this
roadway, it
was
looks
drainage.
like
Yep. Up the driveway this way.
the other way, the driveway going pointing south there. If you notice along the edge, you'll see where it looks like they may have drilled.
Yeah. Like that's what Aventis was trying to. Oh, actually here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it now. I got it all under control. Yeah,
It's all
this is
good.
obviously drainage. So I was just a bit mixed up there. That's all good. Yeah, so it looks like they will overtake this whole site. Well, that's the end of whatever building that is. So and they are putting drainage in here, but yeah, I'd say this is going to get completely cleared out. Like they put a, what do you call it, a site office in.
Yep, that's new, and the I'm really expecting the LR11K booms to move after launch.
Oh, and and actually start putting it back together again. Yep, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think they're
Steph.
still waiting on the hill and the A-frame to return. They got the winches back, but
Steph, I'm looking at batch 3. Well, what I think is, I don't know, I'm out of the loop, obviously, but 2408. I would not do that. There you go.
All right, let me have a quick look. Sorry, just give me a sec.
I don't know. I know I was, I don't know. I was sitting at a parking lot and I was given the link. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw a pretty good photo and it shows the piles of what I was talking about. It very clearly, you can tell what's going on. There's no, we don't need to guess or anything. So
Yeah, sure. Oh, I've got some of that. All right, let me just. What was the number?
2408. Well, all of them. I mean, there's a lot of them in there.
No. I can't see that number in any of the batches. 2408. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Hang on a minute.
Hanging on.
Now I see. Oh, that image. Right, let me just quickly download that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It shows a lot better than this, the whatever other angles you were trying to show there. So.
1 minute here. Let me just. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, let me get rid of that. And in downloads folder, cut. Paste, and we'll have it here. We'll have it here in 1 second. Oh no, it's decided to go halfway through. Cool. That's probably in another folder somewhere. I'm pretty sure I got all the images, but yep,
I
yibbity
have no
yibbities
idea.
yibbities.
I was just giving it on a random parking lot, and I was like, "Hey, that's a good photo."
Yeah, there's something already there too. Some kind of fence maybe, but yeah. Okay, now go all the way back, well, to here. So it could be a perimeter around that block, or it could be a perimeter. Could go further. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
Is that the old perimeter for the storage lot before they took over that? No, it can't be because they've expanded into some of that.
Yeah, it used to be over there. There. I think that's it there. Perhaps. No, there was more. I think it was further over actually, because there was lots of stuff piled up over here. So there was a stuff here. There was a stuff in the middle. Then there was stuff over here, as well as back over here. So somewhere over there was the. It might have been there, the boundary.
Yeah, because the entrance for the storage lot hasn't moved from the looks of it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There's also on the ground circles, which I'm going to just take a swinging guess that that's where the piles are going. You can see them on the perimeter. That's why I was kind of confused. Yeah, you can see them in that right there to the left of the light. There's a oh, there's one right there too. Yep, there's one right there. Yep.
Yeah, well, there. There's another. So there's one here. There or there. I'm not sure if that's the frame. That's the hole, and that's the frame, or that's the frame over the hole. More like that's.
And event dudes, there's no filings for this site yet for what's going to go here, or was there?
Well, there is a TCEQ for just drainage, stormwater kind of situation where they have to do, and that's how we knew it was the Huddleston site, which is kind of why we knew the stands or whatever they were that rolled out of there. But there's no building from tabs yet, which we would need to have in order to be a building, or a house or an apartment or anything else like that.
Right.
Okay. But so it could be at least a wall.
Well, that's what I was theorizing. So if you look at the perimeter, you have all those circle marks, and if those are all supposed to be piles, then are we just building a wall? Is it just the outer frames, or is they just haven't gotten to the rest of the what they're going to be doing on the inside?
It could be. It could also be for the basically retention walls.
Right.
They could be for columns, and that would be a fair spacing for columns.
Yeah, I think that's the other.
But then you would
thought.
need corresponding on the inside to match,
Hey, there's
or
like
at least some of them on the inside.
The actual frames are where the actual piles are.
Because remember, the outside's going to have more verticals than the inside would need just for wind loading.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be either. I can see. Oh, look, that's all the way along here. They've got them marked all the way along. Up to here at least. So for now, they've got them marked this big. Well, about that big so far. So that could be. So Bentos, would it be if there was a building to go here? The paperwork isn't in yet, but it could still appear, even though they started doing some pile work. Is that an okay thing to do?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just eventually they'll have to put one in for tabs. They may not know what they're doing. They're just this groundwork. But you can also see the circles on the backhand side too. That's why I was saying it's perimeter kind of situation.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
But it's weird because it's like they stopped drawing circles. So is that a doorway, entryway? What you know what I mean? So is it just those three? We just ran out of paint. What's going on?
There's
maybe 5.
at least 4, 5.
But yeah, no, down in here.
That'd make an awfully nice warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the guessing. If you did a warehouse with piles on the outside or a perimeter wall, and that's going to be housing again, like Rio West, or something to that effect. So it's kind of either or, but there's no documents to suggest it's going to be some sort of building yet.
Yeah.
We just have
Well,
never seen them do pilings for walls that they built. They built all kinds of walls, and I've never seen them put pilings in.
exactly. That's what I'm wondering too.
That is a fence, eh?
The only time we've seen them do piles for walls is at the lots.
If you think about a pole building or a warehouse building, you have a structural grid and you have columns on each of the grid points. And then you have your infill between the columns that supports the wall. The wall's not supported from the bottom, it's supported from the columns. It'd be a one-story type of deal like that building right there.
Yeah. So quite, yeah. But they once. So I can't remember. These didn't have piles, did they? They had pile caps to put the starter bars in for the columns.
Yeah, they did a lot of they had a lot of footings.
Yeah, the big giant footings, the dog bone footings, they were massive, but they didn't have piles in there.
They're under here, those dog bone piles. And like but like I think it was PK was just saying that they built a grid like in here. There was the rows of columns, and through here we saw. This was sort of the most recent building. Through here, and again through here, there was rows. It's like a grid, like you said. There was massive amount of grid of. In here was a little bit different, but mostly all this big space. It does.
And all those bays have traveling cranes in them, where this might just be a warehouse with light frame construction.
Yeah.
No traveling cranes, things like that. Just the roof structure.
Yeah, I still
did-
think it's going to be more housing in the end.
And they did put piles under these footings, though, didn't they? That there was a pile driller here for a while, wasn't there?
Yes,
Yeah.
they did it
remember
for
that.
that and the parking lot, the garage.
Cool.
So Des Nichols is asking about, do we think if a supermarket is heavy enough to need piles?
Well, like I said, this building didn't have them. This
I don't
thing
think a
over
supermarket would.
this didn't have them.
Yeah,
These.
no, I don't think anything in Rio West had piles.
They did.
They did. Once
They
they
used
started
Oh,
wood
yeah.
doing,
piles.
once they started doing piles, they seem to have liked them and like how they work. Whereas earlier on, construction didn't have much piles.
Yeah, they used the wooden piles for Rio West.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Alaska, had they started using piles, they might have used piles in this building. Sort of what you're saying.
Yeah. They hadn't started using piling when we were building that. So
But yeah, it does look awfully boundary. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, and that fencing. I saw that fence go all the way back here. So it does. And woodworker person in chat there said it looks like to him or to them it looks like in their experience, woodworker Don in his experience looks like temporary fencing. Almost like tennis court fencing, I guess, temporary fencing. I thought I saw some actual wires in here along here somewhere. Yeah, here, you can actually see
Are they
some
just
wires.
those giant T stakes or T posts that you pound in?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it looks
Oh, there
like
you go.
your makeshift chicken fence.
Chicken fence, yeah. Chook fence. That'd be chook fence in Aussie language.
And Martin has donated £5 saying for dust masks. LOL.
Yeah, summer now, you're either in mud or you're in dust, aren't you, on a lot of job sites? It's either muddy up to your ankles and you're working your boots, and your boots get like an inch, 2 inches, 3 inches taller throughout the day as the clay sticks to the bottom of your boots. Or you're working in dust.
Speaking of dust mask, you would be required, similar to we were required for the pump station, to go out there and maybe take a picture of the TCEQ um, billboard that they have to kind of post. So wherever that's at, that might have the information we're looking for. So there might be a lot of people driving by there this coming up week that might be able to inform us.
Okay. So somewhere on the front of the site here, there should be a sign.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but there should be like a, just a piece of plywood sitting there with a stapled up piece of paperwork.
Right.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the same sign we see in front of the ASU, and the that was at pad 2 for the longest time.
Yep, with a temporary address for the delivery people that have no idea where they're going, that are still going to get lost and turn around down at the beach.
Yes, as they do, yep.
Well, at least there's a turnabout now.
Very true.
I understand, but only incompletely. That's the funniest thing to say. That's my welcome to my life. I understand a lot of things, but not completely. Very good. That made me giggle. All right. Oh, nice pool. Pool looks lovely, inviting. Still never seen anybody there. So, oh, there's some people. I was going over here. Still expanding this area out here. What sort of shots we got? That's probably a better shot. Oh, well, sort of. Another playground over here, maybe. Gee, you really got to prop these palm trees up. They don't have a big taproot, do they? They have quite a large sort of flat root system, the palm trees. And I guess it gets pretty windy down there.
Yeah, it takes a little while for them to truly grow the roots.
Yeah, they just need to install them better.
I'll take that. Yeah, cool. So it's still construction. So they're still maybe fitting out this building. Oh, they're actually here. They're physically working on. Are they changing the cladding? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, you remember that they had that nice wood looking whatever that was that we think was
Yeah.
actually wood. Yeah, they just said, nah, we probably shouldn't use actual wood, and so they've taken actual wood off and put on some new siding here.
Ah, these black beams. Looks like, are they the wood they're taking up? Or is that the black beams they're putting on? I wonder.
No, I think that's going on. I think in the previous we have stripped all the wood pieces off, and we're switching out to, I'm assuming, metal now.
Yep. So they kind of evolved. They went from no piles to timber piles to concrete piles. What's Anchor do? Are they like a kitchen fit out company, or are they like just a general building contractor? I'm sure someone could quickly Google that. I like their little logo. Encore. Okay. So that site's looking well, except for a little bit of fit off work here and there. That site's pretty well finito, completo. So they've got a gate there, but still not a gate back here. So you can still technically drive around, I guess. I think we've got a bigger shot of that area. You can technically drive around, you know what I mean? Around
If
here.
they're gonna do a phase 2, they're gonna have to either build another road or keep the gate open, or I don't know what they're gonna do, what their plan is.
Maybe looks like they've got the road. Look, looks like they're going to extend that road through here. And they'll end up putting a gate here, I guess. So you mean phase 2 over this end?
Yeah, Rio East or whatever. If it's not being already built at the Ad Astra area.
Okay, yeah. I don't get another show. Okay, so that's a lot 4. That's Rio West. What's next in our images here? Okay, we didn't get a great deal of photos of the LNG plant. Do we get to see down here? There's no work yet down here, is there? To do with the new gas line. What do you call it? Star pipe? That's silly.
Yeah, they should have, in theory, started a week ago. I didn't see anything, but I guess as we're looking here, we're looking for any activity, dirt moving, machinery. I would expect them to start there. Yeah, they're gonna have to do the under the channel pipeline there, and then we should just see a bunch of not really invasive, just drillers in the wetlands there.
Oh, we can't quite see up there. Oh, so they'll do all of the work out here in the wetlands, horizontal boring or directional boring, yeah?
Well, it's way up above that, but yes.
Yeah, out through here.
Yeah, this should all be underground. We did not see any NEPA process for any sort of wetland disturbance or anything of destruction on it. So this is either within those guidelines or this is all just directional drilling that they're not gonna do anything destructive with the wetlands.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, directional boring or horizontal boring. Yeah, it's good. It's good that it doesn't upset the ground. Has this got a photo? Oh, not quite. It shows it's going to come across here somewhere. Here somewhere. So do
If
these?
you look at the line right there between the apartment building, there's a line.
Oh, there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there it is. Yep.
That's just the extension of that road.
Yeah, that's where the
Well, it's old,
pipeline's running.
yes, but that's a good key marker to know where it's at.
So that's
Yes,
a current
marking-
easement. Same mate, yeah, and that's still a current easement, isn't it, Bent Dudes?
So it's interesting. Part of that was part of their land preservation, and they had built-in easement to that. And then a part of it is the port side, which they applied for. So it's kind of a double. But yeah, both easements on either side of that.
Okay, and so does this wetland become dry enough, or is that too? Can they horizontally drill that far? Does anyone know that for sure?
Don't know, but that's a sensitive area, so they're definitely not going to be trucking through there. And also, it's wet, so they're not going to be trucking through there. So.
I think I asked that question of Alex, and he seemed to think they could go right through it without any issue.
Oh, cool. Yep, cool. All right. So if anyone's driving past through the week watching a launch, yeah, take a look over here for us and see what's going on. I think it's a little bit further towards Brownsville, actually, than right here, isn't it? It's the next sort of just down a little bit further, I think.
You're correct. Yeah, there's a bridge that there is kind of a waterway, and it's right after that bridge going south.
Yeah. Okay, so LNG.
Yeah, just quickly. So I know people in this chat are going to know this, but that's Rio Grande LNG is the big processing area. There is another one that has been referred to several times erroneously called Texas LNG, and Texas LNG is going to be just above them in that green area. Yeah. So they have just approved their, let's just call it the initial process to start work. And they just went to the port to be able to get their now fourth lease on that property. The entire output of that, when it's all said and done, is supposed to be around 6 million per year versus train one, which is currently being built at Rio Grande, is going to be dwarfing it by 8 to 10, depending on how much they're going to do. So,
A little baby plant.
yeah, it's but they kind of started all at the same time. In fact, there's another one called a Nova across the channel, next to the SpaceX property. So, but they folded up camp. So Texas LNG is going to go forward. They're claiming some green process, whatever that's supposed to mean. I assume solar panels powered. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, it's going to be like a little baby plant like you're talking about, and they should eventually start up since they got the okay.
Yep. And obviously we'll tap into this gas line here again, once again.
So funny enough, it's actually there's two. So there's Valley Crossing, which is the one that heads on over to Mexico, which is one they've stated, this was back in 2020, mind you, that they were going to use. And then there's another one for the Rio Grande area. They both come from the same Agua Dulce area, so it's all stemming from that, but there's two separate pipelines that are going through there.
Brian's answered, yeah, they can undercut a few miles in one go. Oh, cool. Thank you. Awesome. In horizontal boring. Well, I guess they got to go all the way through here, don't they? So that's a bit of a start, how far they can actually go. And here they're probably going to have to directionally. That'll be a challenging one there, because when they directionally bore, they can like keep a track on it with their, there's a device, isn't there? That they know where the head is. Must be a bit of a challenge to kind of do it blind for a while and pop up over here somewhere. Maybe they GPS track. I don't know.
Surprisingly, they are pretty accurate with what they do. I've seen a couple instances where things didn't go right, but they give me pretty accurate. Typically, they follow them with tracker stuff, but I think they can go long distances without actually beeping them and checking them.
The line that goes to Mexico has got to be, I'm going to say, 10 miles long, maybe, that comes off the south tip of the canal, right?
Well, the whole line is 150 plus miles, but yeah, the one you're talking about, they kind of branch off upper Cameron County area, and then they kind of branch down. But yeah, each segment of a line is its own thing. So I think that one is probably 10 mile.
Actually, the once they go offshore, they don't bury it, do they? It just sits on the seafloor, doesn't it? The gas line, is that right?
Well, they buried it going offshore, and it doesn't appear where it came up, because I think you might be able to see where the scarfs are, where they did the boring down at the end of the canal. They probably don't have a shot of that, though.
No. I doubt it'd show on Google Maps either.
Are you looking for the pipeline? Is that what you want to know about?
Just a rough idea where it is, I guess. You wouldn't see it here. It comes out here, doesn't it? Whoa.
If you want, you could just look up the RRC GIS map real quick, and we can just do it real quick live. If you want to do it that way.
All right. Sure.
Just RRC GIS map. Or I can post a link on them.
So, yeah, do that for me. All right, cool. So and I was saying they would directionally bore under the port road, but under the port canal, but they could actually just lay it on the ground even, or they can trench underwater anyway, I suppose.
Posted. Yeah, I use this all the time. I'm waiting for it to post or show on there the star pipe, which it should draw on there at some point whenever the T4 is actually approved and then it's through the system. But they'll get to it eventually.
Where's that? Where'd you put it?
Oh, Patreon Lounge. Sorry, I probably should have put it somewhere else.
No, that's exactly where it should have gone. Thank you. I just hadn't scrolled far enough down. Texas government. Okay, cool.
Yep. And then all we're going to do is simply on the left-hand side, hit visibility real quick. You can turn off wells, and we want to turn on pipelines. The pipelines is the first checkbox on the second. Yeah, there you go. Wells are up top. It doesn't matter. And then we'll just zoom on in to.
You want wells
off.
on?
Off. We don't need to see them.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I was like, wait for it. So that one, obviously, you can now tell where it's kind of going to go out in the ocean. Yeah.
Yep. 2019 Google Earth shows a line. Okay. Okay, so they've already obviously already got a way to get through these wetlands. I wonder would some of these lines have been laid before there was restrictions on these wetlands, perhaps?
I think they bored that. We watched back when we first started watching all this stuff. There was all kinds of scars in the ground at the beach end of that pipeline where they had put it in. It almost looked like a runway, but it was just where they were running their equipment right where it does that turn up there. There's all kinds of marks in the ground. Most of it's overgrown now. You can't tell it as much now.
Yeah, they had about 25, 30-foot wide wood planking all over the ground and then equipment sitting on top of it. It was
Oh, yeah.
maybe 200, 300 yards long, 200, 300 feet long.
Yeah, and then they directional board from there back through that bay so that they didn't disturb it.
Oh, wow. Yep. Okay, cool. So obviously the technology's there to get through that sensitive area. So Ben, dudes, you're saying they could even tap into that line?
What do you mean? Who?
Oh,
Okay.
this new
Texas LNG is specifically stated they're going to go to Valley Crossing. If you kind of mouse over the pipeline, it tells you what it is. Yeah, that's Valley Crossing. The other one's called WMM or something to that effect. You can see the kind of the line bending into where Rio Grande is going to go. BND7 there. Yep. WWM. Yeah, they both come from the same place, Aqueduque, which is way up north Texas. Yeah. You'd have to click the line and it would show you. But
okay.
well, it's more complicated than that. It's a weird site, but yeah. Yeah, okay. Nix that. You'd have to actually search the line, which is even dumber. So
That's fine.
it's all
I'm
right.
not going to
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
fine. Yeah.
That comes from
Yeah,
all
it's
about North Texas. Wow.
no. Well, that's first off, that's Texas in the green there. We're not that big of a state here. Um, it's it's several different places actually where they get it from. Agua Dulce is one of the places. But they actually the Eagle Basin they also get it from. So
Cool. Thanks for that. All right. Okay, so the LNG plant. So one, two. So three, and this is the start of four. Yeah.
sounds good. Yeah, because they're permitting. Well, they're permitting 6 right now. So scroll back up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess so.
And this is
Yep.
probably the start of the next one again.
Yeah, they're currently permitting 6, which should go right next to that. So they the interesting thing is they're talking about first gas end of year. So that should mean we should see those flame stadiums blowing up here at the end of the year, which would be really nice to see.
Yeah. So this first train at least will be running by the end of the year. So
No. No. Just not to be confusing. First gas is just a gas test through all the systems. They don't plan to actually be operational until first half next year.
oh, okay. So gas will come in, maybe bypass everything and just flame up, like you said. Cool.
Yeah, well, they have to. I mean, just like at Starbase, you have so many complex systems you have to test, and they all have to work. You have to have your fans running. You have to have the radiator compressors have to work. All of the acid gases removal, the treatment of the gas coming in have to work. So they have to test all of that, and then the way you do that is well, you just burn it off. So
Yep. Sounds about right. Oh, these tanks are well protected. whoever that is. So I noticed over the last couple of weeks, this walkway has been finished off for the mooring staff.
Yeah, I got confused last week, but they're done with dredging, so they have officially, if you will, completed the 10 feet or so that they were going down and out, if you will. And we saw for whatever reason, the barge with the pipes that they would use for that last week. We're just putting them on SpaceX's land for some reason. Didn't understand why, but yeah. And I thought the dredges was right there, but that's actually just a crane boat for craning operations.
Okay. Now, I need to get you to start talking about something because I need to duck off for 1 minute.
Okay.
I've got medication to give to a doggy. Let's go to a brown lot.
Brown lot's good. We got a lot to talk about there.
They're running out of steel.
That's the WW and steel lot. That's good too. There you go.
I would have thought the steel would have come on rolls on back of a wagon.
Okay, back in 1 minute.
Okay, well, while we're waiting, we'll talk about something else really quickly. Just 1 second. And Six String Simpleton asking about what is the speculation for the Louisiana purchase. And actually, that's funny, Louisiana purchase. Anyways, I have not heard, seen, or otherwisely even a whisper out of Louisiana ever since the news story broke that the realtor that was over there, and the realtor was talking some mad stuff about there is some activity in the area, there is some invested, maybe some space people or something to that effect. Going over there. There's been just radio silence since that particular point. We do know in Louisiana that they have passed legislation similar to Texas to make it easier for operations, whether that's building, constructing, or in the event that they're going to actually launching, because again, you'll have noise complaints and a bunch of liabilities if you just try to do that without some protections. So we know that's happened, but what has not happened is any of the Exxon lots that they still have there changing hands of any sort of deeds or anything else yet. Now, it may have happened in the background and then you file it kind of a month later, similar to what they do here in Texas, where we see the lot being cleared, but it's been, bought a month ago, but we don't see the actual deed for a month later.
Right. So, not a lot coming out yet, but still could be so early in the processes.
Yeah, and it's a great spot, and I'm sure SpaceX have looked at all kinds of spots, including Louisiana or more Florida spots, or even for that matter, maybe even Slick 4 or Slick 6, depending on what they can do with Vandy, and maybe even throw in Alaska. Why not? Maybe Australia. So I'm sure they're looking around, but yeah, they're definitely going to be doing something at some point, and then we should obviously know because it should be a lot of infrastructure.
Oh yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
so yeah, good.
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to change over to brown lot since we're going on that picture now. Unless you had something else about Louisiana or whatever else.
No. So, I guess we get you to go down there and do a flyover.
Well, right now there's no TFR. You can just drone it. In fact, I don't remember who it was. Somebody went down there and droned it. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's just. I mean, you could obviously it's the White Lake there, right below it.
Yeah.
There's going to be the channel where the Exxon property is. I think that's the prime spot. They own a lot, and I don't know if they would need all of that or if they want all that. There's some in between lots, which is interesting as well, but definitely just looking out for any sort of documents because they're going to have to do all kinds of NEPA processes for wetlands and other destructive areas that they've done similar to Starbase. So.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, why are people putting these waterways in? Is it some kind of agriculture or some kind of fishing?
Bayous, you got to get your boats to the wherever you're going.
Oh, that's that sort of. Okay, yeah.
Imagine Italy. Is that Italy?
Venice, yeah.
Venice. There we go.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I probably shouldn't have said that because I had no idea where I was going with that. But yeah, if you imagine.
So
so-
these people's properties. So these basically streets.
yeah.
Fun fact: Amsterdam has more canals than Venice.
There you go.
Developers will build housing complexes around one of those bayous, and that way they can sell waterfront property. They actually have a project like that in Galveston.
So is this like water? What do you call them? Boats. What do they call them? With the propellers on the back.
Airboat.
Bed boats,
Yeah. Is that
airboats.
sort of? Is this typical of that? So I thought they were more of a Florida thing. Is this sort of areas? Is that what that is? That sort of stuff.
It's all swamp, so it's all swamp area, South Louisiana,
Yeah.
the whole bayou.
Cool. I thought that was a Florida thing, but it's more a Louisiana thing. Yeah.
They
Both.
got those up here too.
It's the South.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha. All right, enough of that. Sorry. This sidetracked. What are you saying, Alaska? You got them up there as well.
Sure, it's a good boat for different things. Several of my friends had boats like that.
Okay, cool.
You don't have to worry about sandbars. You can go flying down the river and not worry about hitting a sandbar. You just go right over it.
Low water, high water, you can get to where you're going with those things.
You can with a jet boat too, but I guess you'd prefer them for some reason. We don't have any of those airboats in Australia. Oh, there's some duck hunters have some. I saw one with a little alloy P76 motor bolted down in the boat of a little aluminium flat bottom tinny, big propeller above it.
I've also seen them used when the lakes are frozen over, just use them on the snow and ice.
Fair enough. Well, a jet boat won't work there. Okay, so the water supply to Starbase is still not looking. Certainly, they run the pipe. This site has to be finished before they'll actually have water delivered to Starbase. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is, I think we're waiting on visual representation of pumps in the pump house, which would be nice. I don't know if we're ever going to see that, but it looks empty currently from the photos that we had. So we're still kind of waiting on that. The site itself should be pretty finished up. We have a lot of the connections on the red pipe there. And you can kind of see in front there's a fire hydrant, I want to say, or a fire hydrant looking thing on the left side there. So it should be water main and then water main coming off that into the main tank. Left hand, way left, next to the cone there. No, above that, I believe. I want to say was a fire hydrant or fire hydrant looking object.
Yep.
This is this came along really fast. I think this is about a month worth of work, maybe a little bit more than that. But you can see all of the red piping that has gone through the buildings, and you would imagine that they connected all of that. It's not just going nowhere in the ground. So you can also see the electrical that is not, looks like, done yet with the open boxes there. So I think both of those things need to be done. And then we need to see some visualization of some pumps, I think would be nice.
And some kind of so maybe a backup diesel plant.
Well, it looks like on the right side there, that's going to be your backup now. Yeah, that looks, yeah. So I got fooled that I don't know why I thought this. If you look on the left-hand side with those two horizontals, you can see the red pipe that's going into the ground there. That's the water mains. And these are just going to act as capacitors.
Gotcha.
For
Yep.
surge reasons.
Yeah.
I thought they were like diesel or something tanks first, but yeah, no, it's a water surge tank, and just should be keeping the pressurization normalized in there.
They wouldn't need that much. They wouldn't need that much fuel anyway for a backup supply. So this is backup electricity. Unless in case electricity fails, they can keep the pumps running, electric pumps
Yeah,
running.
The diesel's under the generator in a tank.
Yeah.
That black thing.
Yeah. Oh, there's a transformer. Okay, cool. Yep. So not a lot to it. A storage tank, a surge protector. So usually when it's red like that, that's what kind of got me confused at Starbase. That's fire, like dedicated fire, water for fire, and nothing else. But that's not the case here in Texas.
Yeah, I've seen it all over, and actually, I was looking at just randomly today. But a lot of the access piping they do for a lot of these water facilities, they're just red access pipes, and either if they're tapping off or if it's for a valve or something like that. So I feel like that's just a coating that this manufacturer does on these. I don't know if there's any code specific to it.
Mega Bay 1 door is opening and B40 is right inside. I mean,
B20.
B20, sorry.
E40, huh?
Yeah,
What
the
information
transport
you got?
had rolled in earlier today, so we're expecting the B20 to be the rollout during this delay.
S20 is right outside. What?
S20?
Booster on the move. Someone's saying booster on the move. Cool.
And the ship is back over right in front of Mega Bay 2 instead of out where it was.
Yeah, I'm expecting a double rollout. Because apparently they already loaded the 20 Starlinks.
What's the camera that looks over? What's the best camera, Alaska, to look at the whole site on Abbott Space?
The Sentinel camera is looking at both of them right now.
Yeah, Sentinel should have.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh, so they're gonna. Could it be both going to the launch site in the one rollout? That'd be nice.
Photo op or both going? I'm not sure which.
Pretty sure B20 is going to be going first.
Well, kind of has to, or kind of has to anyway.
Unless we're
So-
trying a new rocket here.
I'm just saying.
Full send.
Is that? I don't know. I'm always saying B40 and S20 as well. Just keeping track of the numbers is a bit of a challenge these days. It's getting even worse soon. Well, it's not a challenge yet, I guess. But yeah, I do that all the time myself.
It's not a challenge. Are you kidding?
Oh, not as much as it's going to be in the near future. Yeah, this one a month. I don't know. I don't think they're far off getting this one a month cadence under control. I'd say, considering the launch site, they're getting less and less things they're having to do. Oh, this is actually okay. T minus 1 day, 22 hours. Yeah, cool.
Jake is posting that there are no Starlinks in Ship 40 yet.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
thank
so
you.
it's out to put the speed loader in then maybe.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying earlier today was they had it out of the building so the speed loader could go in, then they could take Ship 40 in and load it.
So
As
Yeah.
far as I know, it's just the booster
40
that's
tomorrow.
going out today.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
You know what? We didn't check for FTS. Or to be fair, I wasn't actually paying attention because I was busy, so I don't know if we checked for FTS. But
It's
I
harder
did
to
see I did see a man lift up that way earlier today, a couple hours ago.
I meant the placard. Sorry.
I thought about that after the show too. But I wonder. And I hadn't checked myself, but yeah, I wondered about it.
It might not have had it. It was still at the launch site. They might not have had the placard up yet. So since this photo's been taken, Booster 20's come back, and they could have put the placard up to load it. Oh, so and it could still be there right now. The placard, we don't. It's hard
Sure.
to tell. Okay, so what's I suppose we're going to talk about that later. Hang on. Anyway, that's a good update. I'll come back to that. We'll be right back. Okay. It's not a bad house, that one, to be honest. Okay, that's that water plant. So anything exciting happening over in here? Oh, it's just temporary fencing, okay.
Yeah, a bit confusing, but they've segregated that contractor, I guess, from the other contractors because reasons I'm not entirely sure, but that's where they put them. And
Is this the cladding steel? It looks like the cladding steel.
yeah, I don't recall honestly. Sure.
Oh no, it was over here, the cladding steel. Actually, this is the cladding steel. Are they both? It looks similar. Anyway, I don't know. It looks similar. Oh, is there still that much cladding to go? That's a lot of. I suppose there's a fair few sticks in each panel, isn't there? That stuff seems to be stagnated by the look of it. I've actually seen the last sort of few weeks. Okay, oh, there's another party pooper. That company, we're talking about it before the show. There's a company near where Phil Kid lives. It's called Party Poopers, and they hire out those toilets.
But they're
Funny
air
name.
conditioned.
What?
They're air conditioned and they have hand washing facilities in them.
Ah, okay. So, okay, they're full on luxury porta potties.
I could
Okay.
wash so many launches in there if it was air conditioned.
That's hilarious. All right, cool. So everything sort of in here's. Oh, what are they? What are they?
They've been there a long time. Not
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Matt has wanted them to be open for a very long time. The tarps are being tattered. That's how long they've been there.
Yeah, I got you.
Old school box fan still sitting there. It's right above the tank. It's the backside. You can see the radiator or the fin side, if you will.
Yeah, we've been wondering what's in those boxes for a long time.
What's in the box? Okay. So is that the right steel? Not sure that is. Cladding steel now.
Looks like the left steel.
Compared to over here, which is cladding. Well, I think. Oh, I don't know. It's got similar things. Cool. It'd be unusual just to have. I don't know. Maybe it's an intermittent. I don't know. Fish. I give up.
Building parts.
They got
Yeah,
infected by SpaceX and did the confusing button thing.
That's what they've done. Yeah. Yeah, getting with more and more steel. More and more steel is disappearing. That's kind of the wrong way to say that.
All of the tower segments are now gone, I believe, for the tower cranes.
Yep. So the last crane has been lifted.
Yep. Lifted on Saturday or Sunday.
A little bit of a spare part. Oh, no, is that the actual rig to lift it? Is that what that is? No.
That says link belt on the left, so I figured that goes to one of those link belt cranes on the left hand.
Yeah. Yeah, a little extension. Yep, they put them on and off all the time. Okay, it's cool. So that contractor's, yeah, he's almost. So Gigabay, talking about steel, is Gigabay, the paperwork, is it on track pretty well to finish on time?
End of year, but I guess that's the full cladding and I'm not sure if that includes anything else built out, just the actual structure.
Yeah, considering that Roberts Road is supposed to be, according to the FAA filings, they're supposed to be wrapping up next month. It looks like everything's, I don't know, to me it almost looks like Starbase is forging ahead.
Yeah. Oh, so that paperwork was just for the company, the steel company that built the actual frame and clad it and put the roof on and that. That's internals, probably more SpaceX themselves, yeah.
Yes.
It's interesting they have a eye wash station there on the right side of that building. I wonder what kind of chemicals they're introducing.
Yeah,
Chlorine?
chemical eye wash. Yep.
Chlorine,
Yeah, even if it.
fluoride, all them good things that they dump into water.
Yep.
It'd have to be chlorinated because that's a long pipe to have stagnant water in. You wouldn't be able to. You'd have to have chlorine in that pipe, I think.
But you think they would do that at the water treatment plant?
If you think
True.
you think SpaceX is going to let that sit stagnant, they're going to be using so much of that water, filling things back up.
True, that's true too. But yeah, no, you're right. Actually, it should already be chlorinated before it come here, shouldn't it? Actually, now you say that. That's of course. Fun little fact. I used to one of the jobs I've been at was at a ski resort. Also through the summer, it was very popular through the summer, and we had our own water supply and own diesel generators and everything. Were pretty self-sufficient, or the company did, and we chlorinated the water on site. And you could tell if you're overdosing the chlorine a little bit if the waitress staff, if they're the ones that dyed their hair blonde, if their hair turned a bit green, you know you put too much chlorine in the water. They back it off a little bit. We did test it. They didn't like it. It's all little bits and pieces to put together. I guess these are photos, especially for BJ, to find out which bits are still left and where they're all going to go. Oh, there's some of the missing bridge crane bits. Oh, they got extra bits on them. Wonder what the go with that is. And they're kind of not straight, or is that the camera? Maybe that's the camera. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the camera because they're not. That one doesn't look straight anyhow. Wonder what that's about. 1, 2, 3. That should be 2. How many should there be? It should be 4. Oh, there's some more over there. Okay. So they have that bits on them as well. And more to be added as well. So, hang on. That must be upside down, that one. Or, that looks like one for the, sorry, I'm babbling on a bit here. That looks like one of the ones for the stacking stations, and that's the exterior wall side. Same here, but as far as I know, they're all in place. Let me just jump over there real quick. There may be one of these end pieces here. So I know there's bits missing, a couple of missing in here, but maybe 1, 2 pieces each there. Let me see if there's another angle quickly. This one will do it. These are there. Oh, there's one missing, and that's a wall side. Oh, that's where they're brought in here to let the bridge crane come up. Okay, so they're those pieces, and they'll be on this side, like I said. Yeah. See, I do listen to BJ and everyone after all. Just takes a bit of time, some time for everything to sink in.
I listen, but yeah, it just never sets because there's so much to listen to and going on. Just, I think I know.
6, 7. Oh, so there must be 8 all up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what? There's only 2 missing of them because there's only 2. Oh, there's those 2 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's perfect. Yep. Gotcha. So 2 for the stacking bay, and the other ones for the normal bays for the big long one. Yep. Okay. There should be 8 of these shorter ones. For the other ones, there probably is somewhere in amongst there. They might be just somewhere else. Okay, so this is the other steel light again. Cool. So what did we miss in between? Old Ad Astra. It's looking like it's not being used at all, doesn't it? Although what day? Oh, so it's a weekend photo, so
It's
wouldn't be used.
summertime. School is out.
You're on your long break. Is that like a month or 6 weeks or whatever holiday?
It used to be 3 months. I'm not sure what it is for those guys now. It's a little shorter up here now. I think it's about 2.5 months now up here.
Now I've got that song stuck in my head. School's out for summer. Is that Alice Cooper? Am I get that right?
Yes.
Legend. Okay, we finally finished off this lot yet. Not quite. There's still one more to go. Yeah, I think unless they're not going to put it, they haven't put the concrete in for it. That should be concrete.
That's where you park your mopeds.
Yeah. Yeah, little electric mopeds, little tiny electric cars, little buzz boxes. Do you call little cars buzz boxes? Yeah, little 4-cylinder little cars. We call them buzz boxes.
A lot of those aren't legal over here.
No, I mean like a little like Fiesta or a little Ford Laser, a little electric scooters aren't legal. You're saying over here?
Oh,
Over
yeah,
there.
scooters can be legal, but Ford Fajitas, they sell those at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
All right,
know
I'm back.
Oh, cool. I know smaller cars aren't that popular in America.
So real
Well, I
quickly,
mean, okay.
we have some donation from Martin who was saying rolling slower, slow, 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 cha 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 cha, choo choo train, $5 pound. Then continuing on this particular statement, I hear you whistling, blowing loud, choo choo, cha 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 cha, choo choo train, $5 pound. Yazada with a $5 pound, or sorry, $5, and what? PNW? What? I'll probably have to figure that out. Where's the dining
In
car?
what?
And what? Yeah. The dining car. Yeah, I don't know. What? For the where for? What are you talking about?
There is no dining car. There's a
You
cafe
guys are
car,
often.
and you should have brought your own snacks.
Gotcha. And lol, Martin, making event dudes do that. Well done.
Very
was
well
trying to-
done, and thank you, because it's not me.
I was gonna set up text to speech, but I was like, no, I'll just do it, just on the fly.
Okay. Massey's, that doesn't belong there. Just zipping through the photos. Okay, and this going ahead with the buildings down here. So a couple of buildings. I'm wondering if that's a duplex or just a very large house.
Large house.
Large house.
Little pool maybe in the courtyard. I've done swimming pools where after the house has been built, we come along and dig a hole, but we've got to take care of the footings of these take care of the footings of the house so the house doesn't fall over before we actually get too far into digging the pool. And quite often, some of the pools we've done, the house sits on the pool.
There's no piles underneath that though. I don't know if they need it, but it doesn't look like it's gonna support water.
No, pool. They just dig a hole for a pool.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, I don't think the building would fall over.
Yeah, I've done pools up high too. Yeah, you do. You have to make sure, of course, your footings are done. If you put a pool at this level, which you do in some gymnasiums, like here, you'll have the pool, like the water level at this concrete level, basically, or just below it, and underneath you've got to put in a whole set of footings underneath and fill it with stone and stuff, and actually build the pool up. So the pool's got nothing to do with the building at all. It just happens to sit exactly there. It's not attached to the house at all. It's on its own footings. Sometimes the puddings, like this pudding, one might sit on the other. That sometimes happens. It's good fun when you do pools like that. Instead of the normal, just dig a hole and put concrete in. Okay, storage lot's getting very full of second-hand tanks and a few new tanks. Oh, all these new. So, any ideas more on these tanks? They're a weird tank. They're nothing like we've really seen at Starbase before.
Yeah, a
far
lot
as
of these
pressure
are
building
looking like
tanks.
a lot of these are looking like they're going to be for pad scrap. A lot of the deluge stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
And these
the
ones.
nitrogen
sorry?
tanks. Yeah.
The four larger ones in the middle there look like they're going to be the nitrogen tanks for the deluge.
So, just quickly, as I take 15 minutes to do it. Where's the image I want? This one might do. Oh, not quite. These tanks over here have pipework on the top and the bottom. Do the ones at the port have pipework on the top and the bottom?
Not the four large ones.
Yeah, these ones have this pipework at their base, but there's also pipework at their top. Much like, or it's not the same, but similar to these having pipework at the top and the launch site ones too having pipework at the top, but I'm not sure if it's the same pipework at the top.
No, like I said, if you want to take a look at the four tanks for the deluge for pad 2, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
believe those four tanks.
That 1 second.
Yeah, those four that are back. Yep,
They're a lot
those four.
they're a lot smaller than them, but maybe you don't need them quite as big. These ones have pipework on top. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe these ones are
The DSS, very possibly.
these ones. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Pyrex tanks.
Oh, so instead of 4 this size, perhaps 6 this size, or 5. So 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Or 4 of those big ones, like I've been saying.
Oh, sorry, the 4 big ones. Sorry. Yep. Yep.
The 3 big ones or the 4 big ones? Just kidding.
4.
You sure 4?
There are 4 lights. Sorry, Star Trek reference.
And these are for somewhere.
They are 5
No, they're
lights.
for nothing.
I promise, Lawrence, I'm switched on. I promise.
Yeah, no, the 4 large ones should be the same as the nitrogens for the deluge.
Yep. And then there's this one, which we think's on the other side of the port.
2 of the little ones could be for the display in that park that they're building. They got to keep those tanks pressurized if they're going to put anything over there.
That, I think, is heading, that truck is heading towards South Padre Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were 3 large tanks. One of them got moved to, pretty sure it went to McGregor. And then they had 2 more at the port.
It's further to the right in that map, further to the right. To the right. Maybe back up left, I'm sorry. Up near the tanks right there, right next to the road, I believe there's that red grid exists, and I'm not sure where. Is that red grid of columns right there?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've seen that on the highway.
Yep.
I'm looking for this.
The train tracks and that red grid that
Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just looking for the train tracks. Yeah.
Oh, there, it's not just to the left of those tanks, I think. Right there. Go right in there somewhere. No, further right, maybe.
it may be further to the left.
That's not an intersection of tracks, but at least we got it. Whoa, gee, at least we've got a track. Here it is. Here.
There's the red things right there.
Yep. Yeah, that's where that picture was taken.
You were right about the road, though. Definitely, I'll give you credit for that. Absolutely.
It was the
it-
railroad tracks that keyed me.
Well, I was going to say because there's railway tracks on the other side as well. You know, like over here on this track too. Well, gee, slow down. Like it could have been here. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've driven by those other ones about 40 times.
Yeah, and those red things standing up there that they use to build stuff off of.
it looks like an old building, doesn't it? Like an old warehouse. They've taken the
No, it's actually
Oh.
supports. I think that they can stretch stuff across the top of it.
Oh, it's a
They-
bridge crane. It's just a bridge crane. Is it for storage?
There was a manufacturing plant there on the left. Whatever they manufactured, they used the bridge crane to load raw materials in and out.
Oh, off the train even. Okay. Yep. So like a lot of businesses, they bit manufacturing and whatever business they come and go, and at the moment it's not there, but it'll probably be something in the future again. Careers of America, Australia's lost a lot of manufacturing too over the last few decades. A little while, probably more than that, than just the last few decades. So do they literally take a bridge crane rail out to let the train through? And there's a transfer aisle. Oh, look at that. There's a transfer aisle.
They are
Wow.
really tall. I think the train can go right underneath it.
Yeah. That's weird. So, I've lost it again. Why bother? Oh, here. Okay, so there's. Oh, geez, slow down. Oh, when I touch my control key, the zoom works. Okay, I was wondering how they're getting stuff from these bays over to that bay, but that's the answer. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But anyway, that's a transfer system. Oh, they're talking about import stuff in chat. I'm going to leave that right alone. So that's probably going to the LNG plant, more than likely, yeah. And it, once again, it's got pipes on both ends. Oh, big triaxle drive truck. Cool. Yeah, this transporting large items, nothing new. So I've been through all of them. Been through that. Oh, there was another railway line. Oh, out that way. Yep. Yep. Yeah, in Australia, there used to be a lot of this, heaps of this all over the place, but not a lot of everything's done by trucks these days with containers rather than trains. I do like the way, especially on the other side of the port, that you're still using the train system a lot here by the looks of it in America, which is good. It's probably died off a bit compared like in Australia as well. More trucks and trains these days, more than likely. Well, I'm only guessing. I don't know. There's some big trains. I like trains. Does that mean I'm autistic?
Speaking of rails,
Yo. Landing rails?
maybe get back on them. I don't know.
It's like off the rail.
That's funny. I've been told. That's fine.
In the nicest way possible, too.
Yeah. I need to be told from time to time. All right. I was trying to see if we got any photos at that end of the port, but I don't think so. Well, we're really going to go off the rails in a minute when I run out of photos. Okay, so the little boat's getting flatter and flatter. Sure, we didn't get so many photos this week around the traps. So we're talking about different areas, like say you're going to different areas throughout a day. In Australia, we'll say we're going around the traps. Do you say that in America?
No.
No.
Nope.
We can go back to those traps and I can discuss a boat if you want.
A boat.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. You see the green, it's a power LNG basically boat for the power company there, and then the power boat in front of that boat. Sorry, behind that boat. Sorry, wrong direction. My fault. Yeah. So there's another one coming in, set to arrive here. And that's just it's a mobile platform power generation style kind of boat. And that we've seen it before just numerous times. In fact, that green boat with the spherical elements on it have been there for about months now. It's been chilling there. So I thought that was interesting that we have another one joining the party now. This is kind of their manufacturing distribution area for their mobile power boats.
Oh, okay.
Now, is that green LNG one being dismantled, or is it just chilling? Doesn't look like it.
My understanding is it's chilling. In fact, you can see the water coming off of it, so I'm assuming that's all normal operations.
Yeah.
Oh, so these are exhaust stacks. Is there that many gen sets in there? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I don't want to quote a number. I wanted to say like 400 megawatt, but I don't know if that's true. So.
24 gen sets in there. Cool. And
Can
there's
you read the name on the side?
Yeah, it's oh goodness, it's cow power. Hold on. My power went out, so speaking of power, so I lost
cool.
it.
It's always fun. So does this LNG tanker supply this rig of its fuel, does it?
I mean, it could. That's not really. I think it was kind of a demonstration thing that they were doing here. I don't, to my knowledge, they haven't done anything with it. That boat's been sitting there doing nothing for 5 months, 6 months. Who knows?
Yeah, cool.
So this was a dock for a company that did refits. They didn't break. They did refits. I'm not sure if they're doing the same things now or what. But that's what they were doing, is they did refits for offshore stuff. So.
Sorry, Car Power, KAR Power Valley, and it's the Cardenas Power Ship Côte Bay, and then you have the Carmal LNGT Power Ship Europe, and then you got the Cardenas Power Ship Aria DNS Sultan.
Well done.
A+ for effort there. That was awesome. And hey, Nate. Hey, Andy.
A+ for everything.
Hello.
Yeah, good idea.
And speaking of random abstract things, we might have large ship tanks because we always want more tanks, and they should be going through the Panama Canal tomorrow, so might get a glimpse at that.
Oh, and more launch side tanks, yeah.
Well, I don't know. It just says tanks, so we don't know. Could
Hey,
be
the screen
no tanks, our tanks, whose tanks? I don't know.
the screen went blank. 6 silver stones. Oh, that's back. Oh, hang on, what's going on? There we go, we're back. Well done. I told you silver 6 stones. I told you the first time you'll have a few bits and pieces. Just keep you calm. It's all good. You did well again.
Whoa! So we have a big donate, or well, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I'm not sure what the A is, so I'm going to be bad on that. But from Converted Hydrogen, good day, RGV and chat. Just watching Busy Days. Good show today.
Awesome. Yeah, it's Australia. Aussie dollars. It's usually AU, but yeah, it's Australian. The g'day kind of gives it away too.
Yeah, the A was confusing, I guess.
How much is the donation?
$100 or
Very nice.
Australian dollars, whatever that is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, cool. That means I get to spend those ones. No, I'm kidding.
Is that how that works?
I wish. No. It's all got to go back to fuel. And no, it all goes back into the RGV money fund, which covers fuel and all the different things that we need to spend money on. The websites, the Google Drives, it all adds up. Nate, Event Dudes, is this one of those launching, like sideways launching ramps? Is that what that is?
It can be used that way, yeah. It's your
That's
grooves.
pretty awesome.
If you're doing that, you could put your cribbing and whatnot on, and they'd have a place to slide and stay put.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
5 years ago, they cut a boat up and added a couple
Right.
sections to it right there on that dock, and it was it was sitting parallel to the. So if they used it sideways down into the water.
Yeah. It looks awesome when they launch the boat sideways. You can get the great big wave coming off the side. And usually floods the other side a little bit for a second. Okay, cool. Thanks, Matt Dudes. That's interesting. It's more tanks. Yeah, well, so they're still, SpaceX is still able to source cryo tanks because that was always going to be a problem. What's the conversion? Australian dollars. So Australian dollars worth about, it usually runs somewhere between 70 and 80 cents American dollars. Hang on. No, cents, sorry. Yeah, so an Australian dollar can buy me about 80 American cents. Is roughly where it goes up and down, obviously, as the foreign exchange does. Which is good for, where does it work? It's good for importers. No, it's bad for importers. When the Australian dollar's strong, it's better for importers in Australia. When the Australian dollar's down, it means we're to pay more. It also means if anyone lives in Australia and gets paid from America, we get paid, like if it's $20 an hour in American US money, we end up with like nearly $30 an hour Australian dollars. So can we, no, it's in the wrong area. It's way over there, that pipeline. Cool. Look it up. You can quickly look it up on Google. 69 cents at the moment. Cool. Yep. It usually runs between sort of 65 to 85. The Australian dollar is pretty good. It's fairly strong. The American dollar, I guess, is a bit of a, it's a bit of a, what do you call it, reference, isn't it? So it's always quite strong, I think, the American dollar. I guess over the years it does go down from time to time. So we had a bit of a, coming into landing, we had to wait in the sky. I suppose we didn't park, we flew, or Fred flew around and had to wait till this aeroplane had a flat tire on landing. So I had to wait for them to, I guess, lift the wheel up, lift that side of the undercarriage up and put the tow rig on the nose wheel and tow it back off the runway. Guess these guys, one of these is the pilot and what have you. Bit of an interesting landing, having a flat tire and landing. It would have pulled hard to the, I'm guessing it's that wheel to the right. A bit of independent braking and full opposite rudder. See, the rudder only works too on an airplane. I don't know what over, but Alaska over sort of 40 knots, 30 knots, 40 knots, you start getting rudder authority. Doesn't work when you're taxiing, that's for sure.
Oh, they picked it up with the tug, and it looks like they're towing both of them together, I bet.
Yeah, they picked the wheel up, and one of the yeah, we can see the bars hooked up here to the nose wheel. Yep. And whatever this is this another tug? You think? Well, somehow they've lifted the undercarriage off the ground. Oh, this is that we use this sometimes. This is the one that's got that all that nice metalwork on the outside of it. Looking rough as guts. Guess you don't have that saying either in America.
Nope.
Seems like a roadkill saying.
Yeah, rough as guts. Yeah. I don't know why guts are rough, but anyway, I don't know how. Anyway, it's one of the interesting things I have on the streams I do is comparing the slang stuff. I like it. So we blocked this gateway off. There's some new stuff. That's no good. Don't use that again.
It's just an X for SpaceX. That's all that is.
Maybe. So this stuff being stacked, you'd think the stuff they're stacking is of use somewhere still to come. Like that X, you reckon?
I've been confused over the many years of why they've kept so many just random trinkets and doodads and whatchamahoozits. It's like, what do you, I guess? But then it's weird because you would think, like the skate issues, like, oh, you don't have a skate, but you got a whatchamahoozit from, the early days of Starhopper. I was like, okay.
I think people are afraid to throw things away because if you're the one guy that decided we're never going to need this, and then you need it the next week after it's gone, you're the one getting in trouble. So everyone's like, nah, just keep it. Nope, I'm not going to be the one to prove that. Just keep it.
Yeah, but we're talking a multi-billion-dollar company here. I mean, seriously? Isn't it like the rich are the ones that throw the least away? Like you know what I mean? The wealthy hoard stuff. He's a bit of a hoarder, SpaceX. Yeah, and stuff they haven't really used yet, or what have you. Yeah, Silver 16s, yeah, in the past, Matt does overlay donations a bit too, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to. We didn't in the past. We're just announcing the donations and questions is good enough. So just do what you can and don't, because sometimes, trying to do too much, you could trip over yourself. So just do what you can. If you can't put them up on the screen, no problem at all. We've got event dudes keeping an eye on the chat, and I notice you're in chat, actually answering some questions in chat too. So event dudes,
Well,
so
that's
good.
just normal. That's nothing different, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, you're part of a bigger team here, Silver 16, so don't worry about that. We'll cover whatever you need to, whatever you can or can't do. That's absolutely fine. You're doing good, by the way. The stream's looking nice. I've got the stream running on my phone over there. It's been looking good. Okay, that's the photos. Let's get into launch. So, launch date Thursday still, we reckon, yeah?
There is some.
Everything's pointing to.
There's some contemplation about the boats not being boating in next to Aussie, so I'm not sure about that. But otherwise, yeah, we're good to go. Got all the notices.
The off Xmas, yeah. They need their landing boys.
Yeah,
out there,
the illicit you don't mention it numbers guy that did the whole gesture on stream, even though that was just a scrub day. Yeah, that one.
I think we do pronounce it Xmas rather than Xmouth. So yeah, let's get there one day. I suppose they're not going to recover ships there anymore after this. They'll all be flying point to point. Kind of missed my boat there.
There still might be some future, I don't know, Gen whatever 5 Starship point to point something or other they want to crash into there just on the first try.
Yeah. Like it's a long way. It's right across the. Look, that's a long drive. It's a long drive. We're about what 4,500 kilometers across, and that's probably another probably another 1,000 miles or so up to there. We're about the same size as America, so it'd be like going to like going somewhere like New York, driving all the way down to Southern California, getting all the way over there and up to there.
And speaking of driving, we got Cat with $5 saying for the goal.
Cool. How's that driving? What?
Driving for the goal. What do you mean? That was right there. Driving for the goal.
Okay. Gotcha, yeah. How's China going? No, I won't go there. There's that launch site down here. It's always we get the odd update from somewhere in here. Somewhere there's a launch site. I think it's right here somewhere. Yeah, there it is, right there. That's where they're launching from. They've got this. I think they've got this new launch site up and running already. That's one of the big. Oh, and they've got their big rocket factory up and running as well now. I'll see on X. So that's China. So the big space race at the moment, I guess, is mostly China and America, because sort of Russia's still there, but they're kind of not anywhere near as prolific as China and America now, are they?
Well, there's no race, obviously. We've already been to the things. I guess we could race to Mars, but I don't think China's even. I don't know. Maybe I've not heard of them trying to do that. They're just trying to do the moon stuff and the space station stuff right now. So
I guess that's sort of the race I'm talking about, the moon base and the in the the what do you call it, the space station stuff. Yeah, Mars is still a fair way off. Yeah, I think for all the companies, Mars is still a little way off.
Yeah, and speaking of races, we got Martin with $5 pound again saying, "Come on, England." I'm going to swing a guess saying the football team, unless they're out. I haven't even watched lately, so.
Yeah, I hear they're down to 4 teams. France and Spain, I think, was a big next match. I haven't been watching either. Speaking of driving,
nope, they're still in, so I'm going to go with that.
Cool.
Spain won today.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Good on them.
And continuing on this driving for the goal, we got Sergeant Vash, $5. For the honor, Mangalore.
So Mangalore, that's a place in Australia. Down here, I've flown into there. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Here it is, right here. Mangalore. There's Mangalore. Mangalore has an aerodrome. There it is. Has an air show. Well, one year it had an air show. We flew in. Me and my brother, we flew in, parked the plane here somewhere. And one good thing about when you fly into an air show, you're allowed to go to your airplane, so you can sit this day we could, and sit under the wing of the airplane and watch the air show from right there.
That was not the off the rails I was expecting from that message.
Mangler kind of sounds like Bangladesh.
We also fly a model rock. We part of the Victorian Jets Association model airplanes. We use this runway from time to time for our model jets. We get permission, and at the same time, they'll still do operations off that runway for. There's a lot of flying schools at this airport, so we'll use occupy this bit of airspace here, and they'll still use that for their general aviation.
And back to the rocket, we have a question from a Mikey Kuhn W6S saying, "Do you think they'll have the buoys, pronounced buoys, again for this flight?"
They're boys, yes.
Yeah, I think they'll do everything in their power to get them.
Yes.
Yeah, and just to put more on that, they are really trying very hard, including with the satellites. They're going to have 6 of them this time, to be able to get all of the information they can possibly get from that TPS, because they really want to know what that's going to be like.
Well, some of those buoys they've used over and over again. They were showing how they batched them and put them back out the next time.
Yeah, bit of duct tape, that'd be fine, no worries.
I wonder how that one held up after the COPV went through it.
Yeah, that might take more than a bit of duct tape. Yeah, I don't know a definitive answer if they're going to have the boys or not, but I would imagine very much so. They would be. I mean, they have every other single time. I guess they're not. But then again, the last launch was very successful on the ship side of things. They're only now perhaps one flight of going orbital. Would this be maybe the last suborbital flight? If this ship does a clean landing, I can imagine them going orbital, but maybe still not a catch. Maybe orbital, then another ocean landing somewhere, perhaps.
Yeah, we did see both a reference from NOAA Fish about investigating the fish habitats near the West Coast and Alaska and Hawaiian. And then we saw after that the FAA putting out the potential recovery spots or ditching spots, I guess, just in case when they're trying to do some trajectories over in that area.
I wonder if they could set up an orbit that's like, if they can't do a deorbit burn, that it's in sort of that sort of elliptical orbit that automatically decays anyway. But I think once they're cleared to go orbital, I can't see Starship having a problem with relighting engines in space, to be honest. A betting pool whether a COPV is taking out another boy. That's funny. The goal, geez, I'm so slated. I'm sorry, everyone. So launch, so paper, everything's in place, isn't it? Or they've got their license. I noticed. I noticed they got their license and they've got their. That's what I want to find that document. Have they said what was wrong? They did, didn't they? Jake showed it somewhere on his online.
You can go onto SpaceX website. I can maybe post the links, and they did it for the next flight. They put a little blog there like they normally do. The license they've already had. The only thing they've done is the fact they're cleared for return to flight, basically. So the the clarification was, in my own words, SpaceX had noticed that there's some things that went wrong, and that FAA agreed that there were some things that went wrong, and therefore, when they agreed upon that, they agreed that SpaceX had implemented some fixes for it, and then they both agreed that that was good enough. And speaking of agreeing, we have finally reached the goal for Sergeant Vash, $10 there, 10 for 10, 10 out of 10.
Oh, well done, chat. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, that's so nice. Good on you. At 188 people, that's really good job. Well done. Awesome. Okay, where are we? Patreon Lounge.
Oh, and another one from Woodworker Don, $10, saying, well, I'm assuming this is like, if you've ever watched the broadcast for the Mexican side where that guy is sitting there, he's like, go. I'm assuming that's what he was going for on there.
Go! Woo! Awesome. Very, very, very much appreciated, everybody.
Yazada's asking, do we know how many orbits it has to do in order to line up with Starbase landing? And I believe the answer to that is yes. And it depends on the cross range on the very end of it. It also depends on how much delta V they have in the orbit to be able to change the orbit for another one. I think I saw a couple different concepts. If they're going with the current orbit coming from the, if you will, Alaska through Cali all the way down, then we're going to talk about 2 orbits at least, but it could be upwards to a lot more than that and repeating.
So the Earth rotates 15 degrees per hour, and orbits are an hour and a half. So, like about these, it totally depends on the cross-range capability of Starship on its way back down.
Oh, and Brian Arrow's joining in, 7852 for $9.99. Awesome job, everyone. Did you get that website up yet?
No, I can't see a link.
What? Oh, I'm a bit busy. My fault.
See? First time you do stuff, it's people say, "Oh, it can't be that hard." Yeah, you've got no idea. It's harder than you think sometimes.
I thought you could find. It's my fault.
Oh, I was going to find it. Yeah, no. I'm the delegation queen. I delegate everything out. Delegating is the way to go.
There you go.
Okay, so this is new. This whole thing's new, is it? This whole
Yeah,
skill?
so this is the traditional thing they do where they post the new flight and then they tell you about the old flight and like womp womp.
Okay, yep. Okay. Slight difference in engine startup on ship. So they're actually using something that happened accidentally. They're using deliberately this time to actually kick it the right way.
Well, we did see that, and there was a lot of investigations by a lot of people that I saw frame by framing, and we did definitely see that there was a misfiring of the engines, which could have kicked it that 90 degrees from the Starship.
Yeah, it was supposed to start up differently to kick it a certain direction. Like there was supposed to be a startup sequence to give it to flip, and it just didn't do what it's supposed to do. That's why they've modified said sequence.
Yeah. I'm wondering whether they already had planned to do a startup sequence or whether this accidental startup sequence that happened on the ship, accidentally, gave them the idea.
Yeah,
we know they was talking about that on the stream that they were starting it up specifically to give it that kick, but what happened for whatever reason it was not what they were thinking. So, and we also did see on the static fire that same sequence that we believe is going to be used.
Okay, so they've modified it to be more robust to timing variability. Okay, so it's that timing variability that brought them unstuck with Flight 12. Variability, cool. Yep. Increase overall performance. Can I do a boost back burn? 5 of its 33 experienced issues when attempting to relight, causing the boost back burn to end early. Super heavy on this coming flows. Hardware modifications to improve relight reliability. Hardware modifications, okay. Along with updates to engine alarms and aborts. Okay, so do you think on Flight 12, the first version 3 engines, they had all their alarms, their triggers set a bit sort of too fine, and now they've had a flight they can sort of open the tolerances up a little bit more now? Perhaps.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people theorizing about that. It's like, well, we did see it kind of pop off the pad a little bit faster than obviously than pad 1, and maybe that was due to the fact that it had more power, or also they were more confident the fact that it wasn't going to burn down the pad, that kind of thing. But the theory basically going forward is, well, maybe it's going to go even faster now, so they can save more delta V in the end.
Yeah. So to match conditions seen in the multi-engine flight environment. So they'd set all their alarms and tolerances and triggers at McGregor with single engine running, and so multi-engine flight environment. So they've done multi-engine static fires as well, but flight's different. Flight environment's different, where things are moving around, you're flipping, and I'd say ascent would be much the same as a static fire, but once you got into zero atmosphere, and then you start flipping the booster around like it's a little toy, such a big machine to be thrown around like a little toy. I guess that's where they're coming from here. Things are a lot different. Upper stage, including 20 Starlink V3 satellites, relight, controlled entry, descent, splashdown. Several modifications to the Starship's propulsion system for engine out. Okay, wow. So iterated already on version 3. Sorry, I'm being attacked by a cat.
Well, it's not a horse this time, so.
Oh, that's true. She keeps getting tangled up in my headphone wire. I don't like using wired wireless headphones. They good you with batteries and stuff. Let's try that. That might work, Paddy. Try that one, Paddy Cat. Okay, where was I? Splashdown, several modification. Okay, the propulsion system, Starship's propulsion system. So does that? I'm trying to think if that's Raptors or actual, plumbing on the ship. So that can include plumbing, software, etc. 40 seconds after Starship, last one's optimized engines here. It's able to, which it did demonstrate engineer capability to reach its planned trajectory to address the interconnected causes. What several hardware and operational modifications were made to address the interconnected causes. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the RVAC, and we noticed the RVAC, obviously, it lost on the way uphill. And the theory there being that it was somehow either the pretension or something came loose, and so they have now addressed it with saying a bunch of fancy words that mean hopefully it's fixed.
Yeah. So they're actually, from Flight 12, they're actually going to make some changes to upcoming versions of Raptor engines. Okay.
Yeah, and so we saw this. Oh, I don't remember. I do apologize. I don't remember who posted this, but on the ends of the top of the Raptors, there was this. I'm going to call it like a star pattern. There are now round caps on that star pattern.
Yep. Carrying version 3 Starlink satellites, which aim to greatly expand the network's capability. Plan to deploy 20, which will extend the solar arrays and antenna. Oh, so we might get to see this solar array extension with one of the other camera satellites, perhaps too. If we're lucky. So I wonder, will they use their? Are they going to say? Will they use their ion engines to separate themselves a bit more, or not? I wonder.
Yeah, so they're talking about doing an interconnect test there, so they're obviously going to have to maintain some sort of levelability, if that's not a word, but not being burning up in the atmosphere. So for sure, they're going to have to do something. I am curious, where did they? I guess they loaded that and then brought them over. Preloaded sats, I guess.
Yeah, in the white loader box. Yeah, they preload them.
No. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I meant the ion. I think it's Argon.
Argon is
Yeah.
what they're using, and yeah, they would have been preloaded.
Oh, you mean the tanks, the Argon tanks?
Well, for the ion that you're talking about, yeah.
The Starlinks.
Yep. Loads of lasers. Yeah, so they're going to re-enter anyway. And I think, is that right? They have like, oh, gee, don't do that. Does engine restart happen after? Yeah, okay, so the ship actually takes itself away from the satellites as part of safety for the ship. But I'm just wondering whether they if they're going to run the ion engines just to put more space between each satellite, which is wouldn't surprise me one way or the other, to be honest.
There's quite a bit of time. Look at the time scale. There's quite a bit of time between the satellite deployment and the engine test.
Yep. 3.5. Oh, hang on. Down here. Yep. And that's only that's sort of 9 minutes before entry. Yeah.
The payload deployment starts at 16 minutes and 40 seconds, and they're only up for 20 minutes before they start burning up. So they're pretty much gone by the time, the end of the test is at 27 minutes, and those satellites are burning up before they ever do the Raptor relight.
Well, it's on the same. No, I think you'll find that that's 20 minutes after the last one here, because that ties up with ship entry as well, because they're on the same trajectory, so the satellites literally can't beat the ship into re-entry unless they thrust what do they do unless they slow them down a whole lot?
According to what is written in the document you were just reading, 20 minutes after deployment, they re-enter.
Yeah, that's right. So do we um,
If they shoot them back behind the ship, if depending on which way that door is facing, they're actually slowing them down when they eject them.
So I'm not going to translate. What's the word I'm looking for? So do we translate that as being 20 minutes from the start of the demo, 20 minutes from the deployment, sorry, or 20 minutes from the end of deployment? Because the 20 minutes of the end of deployment matches up with the ship.
I would guess that you have 20 minutes for each satellite. So the first one that departs at 16 minutes is going to start re-entry 20 minutes later. If the last one is clear to that 27 minutes, there might be a couple of them still out there, but they're going to be doing testing immediately with them, trying to connect with their satellite system with the lasers.
I'd have to hang on. No, yeah, I'm trying to put the orbital mechanics in my head. I can't quite get it in my head while we're talking, but just putting them out behind the ship in retro direction, I still don't think that's fast enough to make that much difference. But I'm just trying to think of the trajectory that no. So even if the ship's on the way up, if they let them out, the satellites will still continue to come up and over with the ship. If they set them up the top here, the satellites will still come with the ship until the ship does a burn and takes itself away from the satellites. They will stay relative to each other. Fair enough, the satellites will be slowly drifting away from the ship because they're pushed out at a very tiny velocity. I still think they'll all still continue as a group. Yeah, they will, because they're on the same trajectory and they're in outer space, so there's no air to change it. I think but look, you could be right, but I'm going that it's 20 minutes after deployment's finished, the same as the ship, because they have to follow the same trajectory because of their frame of reference. They're relative to each other, the ship and the satellites, and they're only pushed away very slowly. They're not pushed away fast at all. But I'm not going to say anybody's wrong because I haven't got the maths completely in my head right now. So, anywho, it's a little side note. It's not really important, but you could be right.
I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to read what they're saying, and if they're saying the satellites will come down 20 minutes after deployment, the first one deploys at 16 minutes. They're not saying after all are deployed. They're saying after deployment.
Yeah.
So that's why I was coming up with that. But I see what you're saying too.
Cool. That's one thing I like about this community. We can discuss stuff and not get out of hand and be silly and immature. It's good. I enjoy the conversations I have with our community members a lot. Demise, meet their demise. To demise. That's one way to say it. 6 of satellites. I've got the cameras. Scan 6 of them this time. Imagery down. Cool. Yeah, I think they've. For a long time, a lot of people talked about the tile system being a real problem. Gee, I think they've pretty well got it down pat now. Several upgrades. Heat shield will also be tested. Okay, cool. Do we know what they are exactly? Oh, here we go. Multiple tiles attached to the metallic side of the aft flaps again. Okay. With modified tiles and attachment mechanisms in the heat shield covering the aft skirt. Okay. Flight. Okay, so they're still iterating. Cool. Load sensing tiles. Okay. To make measurements as the vehicle experiences high dynamic pressure on ascent. Oh, they're actually going to measure max Q on the way up too. So hang on, take measurements as the vehicle experiences higher dynamic pressure on ascent than previous flights. Oh, so they're getting up faster before they leave the air. So they actually are accelerating a lot more. The booster's accelerating the ship a lot more during ascent. Max Q is going to be bigger. And there's a difference in when max Q happens too, I think. I think this is a few minutes different to the last launch. Or not minutes, seconds.
I think it's later, which is
Later.
interesting.
You think it'd be earlier if they're accelerating faster, wouldn't you? I'd have
If
to bring
they
it
don't- If they don't throttle down, it may make it later because they're going even faster and increasing what max Q is.
not throttling back. That would make more sense to not have. That'd be advantageous to not have to throttle back for max Q. Yes. How's Elon saying it? Keep on thrusting. Very good. What are we on? 2 hours. So, what else can we cover? I haven't got a plan for today. I really do have a plan for these shows.
Well, no shocker, but they missed their 7 o'clock timeline.
For the rollout?
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm just on the floor shocked.
It's moving though now.
Oh,
It's
okay,
headed-
good.
It's almost out to Remedios, so it's headed
Almost
that way.
there.
Oh, it's in behind here somewhere. Is it that? Or no, it's in behind the... What other camera looks that way?
Rocket Ranch camera, if you're looking for a Avid camera.
Yeah, that's all I'm allowed to show. Yeah, there he is. There she is. Is it moving, though?
Yes, just very slowly.
Oh, it's underway, yep. And what time is it? 8 o'clock, okay, yep.
They've got another 2 hours, 3 hours in the window, something like that.
It's definitely going to get there then today. So what's that? 1 day and 21 hours. Okay, so plenty of time for the ship to get its payload and come out. So
The payload box, the box is inside of Mega Bay 2. If you look at Rover 1 camera, you can see the payload box inside the building and the ship right next to it.
Yep, gotcha.
So they'll
It's
probably load those tonight and then take the ship out tomorrow.
It's even hooked up to its rigging. Yep. Yep, they're really ready to rock and roll. Yep. So 1 day, 21 hours. Cool. So, quick question for chat. How many % chance do you think they're actually ready for launch? And now in Discord, what do you all think about Thursday launch? What do you reckon, Lawrence?
Right now, it's looking really good.
They actually published the beach closers for Thursday and Friday now, so it looks like they're aiming for it.
Yeah, if nothing else, we'll get an attempt on Thursday. Even if it doesn't launch, they're going to go for it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think the only concern was they've just swapped out a bunch of GSE when they're going to try to do the lock strain back for the ship. So I'd be curious if they're going to try to test that real quick, which shouldn't take them that long. I mean, just a couple hours. But other than that, we should be good to go.
Nice. For all those people who are travelling down there, safe travels and good luck, and make sure you get us all heaps of nice video, please, and post it in. Oh, these are those. Yep. All right, so took the lid off. The lid's looks like the lid's on it. I noticed they were in that documentary, they were loading the PES loader, the ship loader, one at a time through the door. We always imagined they were going to be able to drop a stack of them down, but maybe that's something to come in the future still. Anyhow, it's good to see booster running up to the launch site. So they must be behind it, booster 21. It's been cryoed, getting its engines, so it could be within a month of flying. Ship.
Booster
Did I
21
say
hasn't cryoed yet. Or yeah, Booster 21 did. No,
Yeah,
wait.
21.
Booster 21 hasn't cryoed yet. They just brought the booster cryo stand back the other night. Last night? The night before?
The night before? Yeah, it's set and it should still be in this picture over right in that area. Yeah.
Why did I think 21 had... Okay, it doesn't matter. But still, within a month to get cryo tested and come back and have its engines. So maybe not the 1 month yet, but that's as close as we've had a booster behind another booster for quite some time.
41 has cryoed though.
Yeah.
So it's getting its engines and final stuff.
Yep. And there's a good chance 21 will be caught, I imagine, and 41 does at least one full lap of the globe. But we haven't heard much about that yet. Considering B20 static fire last week, already good to go. 90% certain. Yep, that's a good answer. What's going on Thursday? Is there supposed to be a storm or something? What's the weather? Has anyone looked at the long-term weather?
Partly cloudy.
What long term?
Oh, well, Thursday, yeah, 3 days. 1.5 days. Yeah, that's not long term, is it? Cloudy,
It's
just
the
cloudy,
Gulf.
is it? Max
It's the
Q,
Gulf. You can wait 5 minutes and the weather might change. Just saying.
20% chance of precipitation, 78% humidity, 86 degrees, 18-mile-an-hour wind.
That all sounds all right. So so it'll be in the late afternoon again, won't it? It is, isn't it?
5:45 p.m. Starbase time.
Yeah. Oh, those menus stuck. Okay, so launch. Okay, so anything new on the sites? We might quickly just go through the sites now for the last sort of hour, half hour, whatever.
Nothing.
Anybody...
Well, there's some new stuff. Oh, okay, we're gonna start here. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're moving some gantry parts, but
at where?
The GSE bunker pad one, pad trap.
Yeah. For Massey's, the big thing was they took off the top triangles from the structure.
Yeah.
At the plug trench.
Oh yeah, which ones were they?
These two, the top triangles.
Are they the ones with the pull down rams for the top flaps?
Yeah, I think so.
What? So they never ever used them? Which? These ones or these ones?
The outer ones.
Okay, so they're the pull down ones. These are what? Oh, these were to hang the crush the squeeze arms on, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not going to do any more squeeze tests on full ships, but there's a good chance they're going to use more squeeze tests on test tanks. Okay, we've seen any testing done on the landing tank yet? Probably not.
Nope, they're still configuring it for whatever tests are coming up next.
And have we seen these be removed yet? I would imagine that these wouldn't need to be on there very long to do the squeeze test and get rid of them, so they haven't been removed yet.
Nope. Still on there.
Cool,
Looks like they're
thank you.
still setting that up.
Nothing happened to this week. No, it's just sitting there. Okay. Oh, they're waiting for this to get finished to turn this into a test. No, maybe this. No, so this probably can't be a water tank. Oh, it's got a forward dome. I guess the top tank. This, I guess that could be a water tank. This, I guess that one could be a water tank. It's kind of got a lot of stuff inside that one. That's all. A lot of steel you wouldn't want inside a water tank. Okay, does that remove nitrogen tanks? Yeah. No. Oh, dang. I want to see them gone. Very good. Okay, that's masses. That's enough masses. This isn't going to take very long. Sanchez. So,
Big
so
thing
one of
here.
these. Oh, sorry.
2 of the middle parts disappeared. So
The middle
we got
tube
all 4.
disappeared.
Yeah. We got all 4 bottom parts. Now we only have 2 of the middle large parts. And then we got 1 corner.
One of these corners.
Looks like for the middle.
Oh, okay. Yep. Well, they're fairly different. Yep. So in last week's flow, I didn't even. No, I don't think I even put it in the script that there was one of these missing. I don't know that I even. I don't know whether anyone mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned it in the show and tell. I know these things were moved. Oh, this week's script hasn't been written yet. That's right. Or it's been written, just hasn't been done yet. Gotcha. So now there's actually. So what day did that actually disappear? The second one.
No telling.
Okay.
No telling when those 2. And I'm pretty sure that since there's only one of the top deck sitting here, there's only one of the top deck plates still here.
Yeah.
The other 3 are at Roberts Road.
Yeah, they seem to be prioritising 37 over pad 1 at the moment.
Yeah, they're
I
much
wonder-
farther along with the ULM.
I wonder if that's to do with being 37 being a military base, if that's to get some military contracts happening quicker, because if maybe 37 can make them more money than pad 1.
They were
Artemis.
also
Artemis.
approved for 76 launches from 37.
Per year?
Yep.
Cool. Oh, so it's all to do with Artemis. Yeah, okay. 39 and 37. So 37 for Artemis. They'd want to get a wiggle on. Although Artemis is renownedly delayed. I can't believe people keep saying SpaceX is holding Artemis back. Artemis is holding Artemis up. It's always been delayed, hasn't it? Not picking on NASA or Artemis or anything. I'm just saying what's happening.
Oh, that's just the way things are going with the moon program.
He doesn't know a lot of like references to stuff because he works.
I didn't quite catch what you said there. Was that the MHMT? No. Who was that?
Wasn't me.
Oh, whatever. I think that might have been across the line. Cool. So like at Florida, I wonder if Lawrence, they're making these for Florida even.
Or
2 crews
which
on
one?
the workstations here. Got 2 crews on workstations to get Florida done quicker.
Florida has their own workstations they're working on.
Yeah, but
We've seen
I'm thinking a second crew to get things going even quicker, but maybe not. Just a guess.
No. They got their own crews. They're working in parallel. The reason they're doing all these workstations is to get this gigabay up and running ASAP.
Yeah, to send stuff over to Florida while they're building that. Yeah, okay, yep, that makes sense. Yeah. So our priority is Star Factory and Gigabay and 37 even over Pad 1.
Yep, 39 should be almost done, so that's not a big deal.
Getting rockets ready, yep. And that's for Artemis. So 37. See, won't Artemis, I suppose, Flight 3 Artemis, Artemis 4, Artemis 5, whatever,
Artemis
by then,
3 is supposed to be in a year, or
yeah. And that puts 37 close to being completed, doesn't it?
at least pad 37A might be
Oh,
in a year.
37A. We're going to 39A and 37A. Okay, yep.
Yeah, there is going to be
Awesome.
39 or 37A and B. So
Yeah, yeah.
One person has said that so far. We'll see what Dan Hoyt has to say about that nonsense.
I want to see what Pico has to say about it.
37-1, 37-2, 37
That's what I'm
West,
talking about.
37...
hmm Well, I'm also kind of expecting. We'll see what happens. I'm expecting maybe 37 to get 3 and 4. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think there's more to 37 than we're no just now, but now. Sorry, you heard me pouring that drink of water. Okay, so Gigabay is doing what we expected Gigabay to do, following Florida, getting ready to put the trusses in, and the other crane has finally been lifted up. I don't think there's still. I mean, we might see the bridge cranes get lifted. I think the bridge cranes are a bit of a priority here for the breakover of the boosters, so we may see at least this side bridge crane even get lifted in earlier than what Florida did in its stage of construction, because they're pretty keen to get a booster broken over for. Well, I suppose they only need to do that when 39A is ready, which is going to be soon, isn't it? 39A. I'm almost thinking it's almost ready for a booster static fire test now. 39A. What do you think?
No.
It's close,
No?
but not yet.
Cool.
To be continued, but no.
Yeah. Yes, to be continued, but no, yes. So, I guess, no, I won't do it now. I'll do it later. We'll do it in, I don't know, when to whatever. Anyway, we have a chapter 2. We have a chapter 2. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's where that photo ended up. It's over there in that folder. That's why I couldn't find it. Oh, there's heaps of photos of it over here.
Yeah, I was wondering what you were doing, but I was like, oh, you got you. You're the what'd you call yourself? The old whatever it was, the standby
Old hand.
old
Oh,
hand.
these aren't. Oh, these are going. That's one of the outlets.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And for those of us, or for those of y'all who were here before the show started, my phone repair is done.
Okay, you.
Great success.
Did you end up using a screwdriver or a drill to get that screw out?
A drill. But
That's the go.
yeah.
Oh, there's heaps of photos in here.
So yeah, the big things at the launch site were they replaced that actuator, took 20 back to the bay. Now it's rolling back out. The first two sections of the gantry for pad scrap are in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So actually started, lift some of these sections in.
Yeah, they lifted the in this picture the bottom and the center section. So the bottom wing and the center section have been lifted
this
into
wing.
place. Yeah.
Yep, this wing and that wing. Yep. So that means they would have had to have poured this, or not necessarily? Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
A
There's
lot
a
of that
bolts
they'll
down
do.
over here.
Yeah, a lot of that they'll do once everything's in place, just so they can cover everything like they did at Pad 2.
Yeah. So they haven't lifted these valve skids in first, like with these ones, sorry, the main skids.
Not from what we've seen.
Yeah, yeah. And there was no extra fit, so they didn't actually fit anything out at all. It was just basically put the floors. It was basically like this, that these were ready to lift now, basically. Cool.
Yeah.
And it's in this image. Oh, they've been put in. These sections have been put in with the holes. Very good. Very, very good. And have we seen a pump truck into the trench yet to put the rat slab in at least?
Not yet.
All right, cool. That's the next
So,
sort of big thing I'm... Sorry?
Yeah, as we can see, they're still breaking up the concrete, so...
Besides, the astronauts are using that area to train like they're on Mars.
In here? Oh, yeah. Whatever. You say the most abstract things some days, which is good. It's not a bad thing. We need a bit of that in our lives. It's good. Very good. So yeah, so I don't think, yeah, maybe there's not going to be another building there. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Oh, so that's the main big thing. Thanks, Lawrence, for keeping us up to date with what's happened at those couple of sites. Really appreciate that from you. Thank you.
Bro.
And I'm guessing, so this is post-static fire, so I'm guessing everything's still very clear at the launch site, at the Pad 2, sorry.
Yep.
Have we noticed water deliveries? There must have been lots of water deliveries since the
You saw the
static
video,
fire.
right?
Oh, the static fire? Yeah.
No, the deliveries, the dumping of the Movax.
No, is there no?
Oh, yeah, I made a video. I spent hours and days and weeks on
Show me.
it.
I don't do sarcasm well. I'm thinking that was sarcasm.
It's right below your. Please check me your DMs.
All right.
Albeit there was several hours between you posting that and me posting my Movac dumping video, but
So I totally missed that.
yeah, and it's hard to see, but you can see it in the center there. That's what we're looking at, and the rear end of the truck. We're going to see the lighting of the water as it spews out.
Where are we looking? So the actual
center screen. Your mouse is on it. That's the truck. Yep.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and it's dumping here.
White top,
Okay.
red bottom. Yep. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Pouring out.
I see. Yep.
Yep. They keep going. There's a lot of them. You just hit play. It zooms to the next one. There's another one.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
another one. And another one. And another one. So yeah, the water line's not hooked up yet is what I was getting at.
That's a rather long drawn out way to say that.
Yeah, you know what? You gotta have a video, you gotta have a whole speech on how you say things,
Absolutely. No, that's definitely within our style, that's for sure. No problems at all. No wuckers, no wucking furries there. I swore without swearing. Good stuff. Thank you for that. I really appreciate all the people, including yourself, that do things in the background and post stuff in Patreon Lounge and then have me totally ignore them.
And speaking of ignoring, the booster has made it down the road, so that's good to know.
Woo, woo.
Oh, it's really gone down the road. Cool.
That's rounding the bend. Yeah, you'd have to pick it up.
Oh, that way. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's that way.
Well,
Yeah.
if it went the other way, we have some problems.
It's not pulling into Star Park, is it?
I always get that back. For the longest time, I've had this backwards. It's only in the last 6 to 12 months I've basically forced my brain to get it the right way around. It still doesn't do it sometimes. Very
Yeah.
good, lads. Let's see if the SPMTs make it all the way to the launch site without breaking down. What do they do when they stop? So what time of day is it over there? Okay, 8:30. Cool. Awesome. But basically a lot of dirt construction still. We get
I
a
just
bigger
noticed
shot, yeah.
they like their trapezoidal things for some reason.
Where'd you find it? Oh, like the shape of the pads?
Well, whatever you want to call that extension, the little key. Yeah, and then they just poured the pad, the new pad where the old power bunker was, the same kind of key looking thing.
Okay, yeah. Hey, nothing's very straight around here, straight and square. Maybe at 37, where they've got a fresh start, they'll actually make things all nice and straight and square. Maybe. Wishful thinking, maybe. And maybe at 37,
To be
they'll pour
continued.
concrete. Yeah. And maybe over there, they'll pour concrete and not rip it up again ever again. That's really wishful thinking. Yeah, I don't know about these cannons. Yeah, dumping water on this. Yeah, I mean, liquid oxygen straight down on this pipe. Trench, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so, well, we've done 2.5 hours. Silver Six Stones is doing well over there in live comms. So, well, I might just make the executive decision, unless you got something more to say, Event Dudes, to start
Well,
with.
I was going to say, have we checked the village? I blanked out and I power outed it as well, so. Because we got to keep up to date on the people of what the tennis court and the basketball court and what the side bets are going on, you know.
Yeah, but well,
Okay.
well, the kids,
okay.
the kids have been having fun. That's a good thing. I imagine, like now with all the security, I imagine there's, teenagers and that. I imagine they get out and about and walk around the place. I mean, wouldn't you if you lived here? I mean, if you're a parent, wouldn't you find it impossible to stop your teenage kids wandering around the place? It's wonder they don't get themselves into the factories.
I mean, it is hot though, so it just depends.
Yeah,
That concrete's
kids
got to
don't-
be really hot. Like, I don't know.
Kids don't feel the heat. You see them running around in shorts in winter.
Hey, we know what that thing in the center is framed up.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. we figured that out.
Gonna say if kids wander into the factory, they're gonna be handed a hard hat and ask for their
And a-
parent's signature.
And a spanner, a hard hat and a spanner.
Uh-huh.
Or a welding torch.
And their first
So we-
stock.
Their first what?
And their first stock.
Yeah, first stock, yeah. So he's thinking this is still Pez. I mean, Pele Bay door inspired or what? I'm glad they changed the shape of the Pele Bay door if that's the case. It's got a
Surprise
theme
me.
of it going on here as well.
We have
So
a
Event Dudes, go on, Event Dudes. Keep
quick
going.
question, just real quick on the chat. Maximaman, 77. How have they reinforced the hold down point on the booster to handle the thrust of the long duration static fire?
Yeah,
That's
they're
all.
massive.
Yeah, that's all with design. With the way they're, um, instead of being just gripping the sides like the old clamps, these have like beaks, as we call them, that are kind of like hammers that go into the sides of the booster. And it's a very reinforced socket for both the ball that it sits on, the hemisphere that it sits on, and the beaks when they go in. And it uses hydraulics to keep them in place.
And
They've got like
also,
pressure.
Lawrence, too, in the old days, the bits that actually held that were on top were literally little small bits of steel. Where this time those beaks you just spoke of are pivoted in here somewhere, and they're massive, and they got
Yes.
massive hydraulics in behind them. They're like a really major piece of like thick steel, and the actuators behind them are like very powerful actuator behind them.
Yeah, for the
Plus, there
most.
is go on.
Go ahead.
Are you right?
I was just going to say, this is one of the last areas where they really rely on hydraulics. A lot of the
Yeah,
rest
and
of the pad, they're they seem to be switching over to electric.
yeah, I'd like to see one day these electric. I mean, hydraulics may be better in a hot environment, but yeah, I can't see why they can't do everything electric. The other thing, Lawrence, too, the actual clamp arms themselves, the arms, they're massively beefier.
Oh yes. Yeah, they took
And,
everything they learned from Pad 1 and supersized it.
like, the load train is much more like that's a really beefy load train through there.
Yeah, they also did the smart thing of making the arm just one solid piece and
Yep.
removing that complex linkage. It still has a complex linkage inside, but it's not part of the support structure where the booster is sitting.
Well, that's not. These are single piece that just rotate in and out. There's no linkage in here to have to bend for these to retract. Only a ram pulls back. Isn't a linkage only on the doors?
Yeah, on the inside though is what I mean. They have the rams
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
and versus pad 1 where it was this complex fold out system. These basically just
yeah,
fall open for the most part.
yeah, yeah. There's a linkage in here, isn't there, that to actually pull
Yeah.
them. I kept thinking it was just a single ram coming back to pull them, but there's actually a linkage system in here to pull them back. But it's all undercover. There's so many, like, it's not just that's not the only thing. That's only sort of the tip of the iceberg when it comes to why they've done these mods. You just then for launch as well. There's so many things that this pad's so much better at because of that. Because of that, I imagine that. I wonder how many times I'd launch on pad 1 that clamp arm didn't quite retract enough to clear the bell, but still hadn't fully sealed or something, and a lot of rocket blasts got inside. Whereas these are quick. They come in quick. They seal up nicely. The lids come down. That shot of them, that aerial shot SpaceX gave us of them retracting, it was just amazing.
It was.
Yeah, you wouldn't want the Chinese static fire hold down clamps from Timu, would you, Yozada? The ones that remember the booster got loose. Booster, I mean the clamps. The booster itself. Yeah. So also, Lawrence, on the booster, where it actually clamps onto too, isn't that part of the actual main aft? The plate. It's actually part of the whole bottom of the booster where the engine's bolt on and everything. That's one plate now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it so reinforced with how the Raptors connect now. And
Where's
like I
the
was saying,
photo? So where's the
they've really
photo of a lift? I'll just find
what was
one.
that?
A photo of a booster being lifted. We can show what they mean. Let's try and find one.
Well, it's a ground shot that Mauricio took, but
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. That photos. Yeah.
yeah, he was out there. Well, not. I mean, before on Flight 12. I don't know if I don't think he was
Yeah.
out here this time.
I've probably
Yeah,
got it.
just looking at the bottom of the booster and how reinforced that whole bottom plate is.
No, I don't have it. Hang on. I'll have it on a hard drive somewhere. I'll race you to find it.
I mean, if you look at the boosters prior to Flight 12, it was basically like a little on the skirt, basically it had a little lip that the clamps held on to, and it was like, how?
Yeah, it was the tiniest there. Tiniest. Oh, here we go. There's the booster at the pad. Has that got the lift in it? Let me see. Might have been the week before. Hang on. Because these photos shot really well. Now, just give me a sec. It might be the week before. Hang on. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it must be the week before.
No. Ah. I'm usually good at finding them. Here we go. I got it. So thanks for your patience there. So this plate here, this bottom plate here. So in the old booster, it was basically, it was only like, because the new booster has that plate right to the very edge here, and these engines bolt basically on the same plate that the internal engines bolt onto, and it's that real thick plate going all the way through the booster. Whereas the old booster had the dome, the aft dome, like on the inside of the tank wall, and then around the outside basically had a bit of, RHS or channel iron or whatever you want to call it underneath here. It was really only holding on to the, the skin and that little tiny bit of steel that went around the bottom of the booster. But now the whole bottom of the booster's been redesigned. And so they're actually, like, see where this engine is, and this is stainless steel, flat steel here that goes right through. See how the load is just to here now. The load's right on the same piece of steel, and it's thick steel. So they're basically holding the engine. You can imagine one big plate with all the engines bolted onto it. They're not actually holding the booster so much, but they're holding that plate down, and that plate. So all the engines force, even on launch anyway, mostly, I want to say, is translated out to the skin. No, some would push the weight of the propellants, I guess, wouldn't it? Straight up through the dome, yeah. But the weight of the ship on top all comes down through the walls of the booster. So you can imagine the amount of force on this part of the booster during flight, with the ship sitting on top and accelerating it. Possibly 1.5 to 2 Gs on takeoff these days. 1.5 thrust to weight ratio. I think that gives you a 1.5 G positive Gs. So the ship weighs 1.5 times it should. on takeoff. Then later on in flight, that thrust to weight ratio goes up even higher. So you get up to 2-3 Gs on takeoff. That makes the ship 2-3 times as heavy on this part of the booster until it actually separates. There's the max Q weight as well, but I think acceleration, even once you get past the atmosphere, there's still G loadings, which is still putting a lot of force on this part of the booster. So long story short, they've totally changed the bottom of the booster to handle that. The ship itself would deform. I'm not sure where's that going from. What's that? What was the artificial grass between the two buildings in the new rec area? Yeah, that's just...
Yeah, before we switched over to the booster.
Yeah.
We're talking about
that. Okay, yeah. I got him in chat. Cool.
You missed it. I pulled out the document because Matt wanted to know about the plants, so I pulled out the document for the office that listed all the plants on it.
Okay, cool. Is this bit of grass? Yeah, I think that's just artificial grass. Just, I don't know. Just for somewhere that maybe they'll put seating or something out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is a food
kind of real
area here. There's a food kitchen here. More of this over here, perhaps, basically. I wonder how many of these people live out of that for food, because I'd imagine cooking's pretty limited in these little housing things.
Microwave, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Ventus, you got anything else to add to the show?
No, I think we're all tied up. I'm just waiting on a lot of documents to land still. I can comment real quickly if anybody's curious. SpaceX has moved forward and responded on the lawsuit regarding the idea that the sound waves have somehow damaged people's homes and that kind of thing. They have moved for dismissal as the fact that there is no claimed damages from any of the claimants. And then the other one we're looking at, and the one I really want to know about, is the Fish and Wildlife one. That hasn't moved forward yet. We're still waiting on that, and I think that's the holdup still for the whole Massey Exchange property.
Cool. And Darth, you got anything more to add to the show?
Just keep tuned. The next couple of days should be exciting.
Okay, and I'll get everyone in. Go on.
Are we doing a thing?
Yeah, I'm going to jump into Green Room on Thursday. Yes, anyway, I'm not sure what officially is happening, but I'm going to jump in. I'm not sure if there's a flight, but I'm going to do a launch party anyway because that worked well last time.
Indy
I know
said
there's another
that,
one over.
Mauricio said that there was a flight.
Oh, awesome.
So whatever we're doing, I was wondering what we were doing, but I guess we'll just wing it like we normally do.
Yeah, definitely wing it. Yeah. I was gonna. I know Abbott Space does one as well, but I figure there's room for our community to have one over here, so we're gonna start doing that on the launches myself anyway.
Well, the theory being we'll have a live from the plane.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be an added bonus. Whether we get that or not, I was going to do a launch party anyway. But yeah, definitely.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just saying.
Yep. Cool. So I want everyone in chat to thank Silver Six Stones for doing such a good job producing today as your debut. I think you did extremely well. I've done much worse than that. I've had Zach on live stream on the weekend and just everything just went off the air completely. My Discord stopped working, my internet stopped working. And when it does that, you think, how long is it going to take to start working again? Because it's way out of your control. So you've done really well today. Silver Six Stones. So it's awesome. I'm glad it went really well for you. I know it's a couple little glitches, but that's nothing. It's just teething. That's really well done. So thank you. And thanks, Event Dudes. I really enjoy having you on the show. Thank you very much. And thanks, Darth. I haven't had a chat with you online for quite some time, so it's awesome to have you back having a chat with you online.
Great
Thank
to
you very
be back
much.
here. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Anytime, Darth. Anytime at all.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was answering questions. Yep, great show. I thought it was awesome, and we'll hopefully have another great show coming up at some point. We'll see what happens.
Yep. And all the other people that contribute and say a few words, like Alaska, and I heard someone else that I didn't quite catch who it was. Thank you very much. And so with that, how's it go? Love, peace, and chopstick rails. We'll be out. Via YouTube. Thanks all the members. Thank you very much. And we'll go with the outro music.